But now the Defence Acquisition Council has cleared the acquisition proposals worth of over 84,000 crore rupees with procurement worth 82,000 crores to be completed through local sources, indigenous sources. Acquisitions include the light tanks, naval anti-ship missiles, and offshore patrol vehicles. Amit Dikshit is analyst at ICICI Securities. He's joining us now. Amit, good to have you with us here. Thank you very much. Just put in context this, the clearance coming in from the government. How much of this number is known, factored into estimates for listed companies? What is new?
Yeah, hi, good morning. So, if you look at the number, first of all, 84,300 crores, and it is spread across various services, Navy, Air Force, as well as Indian Army, and Coast Guard as well. Now, if you look at the genesis of this, I think it has to do with the skirmishes on the northeastern border, and therefore this has been done in part. That is the driving factor. And if you look at the individual, the category wise, while the detailed breakup is not available, and also the individual contract value at this stage is not available, as well as the timelines we don't have. But if you look at the individual items, so I believe that it is the naval anti-ship missiles, for instance, and next generation offshore patrol vessels for Coast Guard. I think these were going around for a while. But there are certain things like light tanks, for instance. Now, in defense, what happens that unless and until you get there is always an anticipation of certain orders flowing through. But unless until you have this acceptance of necessity, things really don't move. So once we have this, so I believe people will start building these in their estimates, and particularly from an order book perspective, I think these will start gradually getting built in. However, to answer your question, I think next generation offshore patrol vessels was definitely expected. Similarly, these anti-ship missiles were expected, and light tanks were expected, but nothing concrete was announced earlier. So clearly, it comes as a positive for the companies that are engaged in these.
Okay, so let's talk about the stocks then, because eventually that's what matters. Amit, what are your top stocks from the defense space that you like, where there is both growth potential and there's also valuation headroom, because many of these stocks have been huge gainers in 2022?
Yeah, Sonia, so if you look at it from the items that we have, I believe BDL, Bharat Dynamics, certainly stands to gain because of the focus on missile systems. Then if you talk about the high endurance, this one, your long range guided bombs and the missile integration. So I believe Solar Industries is one company that can gain. The next generation offshore patrol vessels were were in talk by GRSE for quite some time. And if you look at the other, we don't cover some of these stocks directly. Some of the other analysts cover. For instance, Bharat Forge, direct beneficiary of your infantry combat vehicles, light tanks, L&T would benefit. So these are the stocks that would largely benefit. And of course, from the surveillance system, the companies that are engaged in radars like BEL would benefit. So these are the companies that would be direct beneficiaries. Of course, as I would add the disclaimer that we would wait for the details, before taking a really final call on the stock.
Pull up names like, now I'm digressing a little bit, but intradays for Cochin Shipyard completely smashed yesterday, 10% cut. Let's have Garden Reach Shipbuilders. Again, we saw a very large cut there. There you go. And do you track these ones, Amit? Any thoughts?
Sorry, which one?
Garden Reach, Cochin, Mazgaon Dock, the shipbuilders.
So as I said, in case of shipbuilders, we have a sell rating on shipbuilders. We don't cover Cochin Shipyard, so we cover Mazgaon, we cover Garden Reach. So the sell rating is driven by the fact that we see the peak cash flow in FY25, and beyond that we don't have a great visibility on the execution part. So, and if you look at from a stock perspective, these orders, I look at GRSE, that is Garden Reach, being the primary beneficiary. Mazgaon, I don't think would benefit a lot from this. and so will be Cochin Shipyard. But definitely GRSC could see some respite today.
Okay, thanks a lot, Amit, for stopping by and speaking to us. That's on the defense sector. Let's take a quick break. On the other side, we'll have the